will, Chris. In the garden. Good boys. Got a little bit of a conundrum. Chicken and egg. I want to get the flooring down. I want to get the flooring down in the lounge. It's probably the obvious place to start, but I really can't do that. And because I want that toilet in place, I've got to start in the bathroom. So I'm trying to work out the line. As this is one tile that I'm using, not literally one tile, but it's the same design pattern going throughout the whole house. That's making it a little bit tricky. I'm only really going to have one door in the house, and that's right there for the bathroom. The archway going through there, it's going to stay open. This bit here, and of course this bit walking into the kitchen. The door down there, that is, I think, more than likely going to be the main door that I use as a front door, I guess. And the access all the way through here, I'm not going to have anything blocking that path. And so the line from the door all the way through here is quite important. I'm going to use the patio door there as my starting point. That is the key of the house, I guess you could say, the focal point. So I've measured out equal lengths from either side there to there, which will go roughly down the middle of the door. And I've lined it up with a laser level, which is very handy to have that. And then up here. But it goes at a slight angle because although this is a square house, the rooms are not going to be perfectly square. So I've decided that I'm going to go diagonal with the tiles. I've spoken to James about this many times in the past. He's given me lots of his tips to how to start this, where to start and so on. But I'm sort of not ignoring that. I'm going with his advice, but at the same time, because it's not ideal that I'm starting in the bathroom, I have to just go with what feels right for me. And the diagonal does kind of disappear a lot of that obvious angle that you would see if you were putting them square from the rooms. It all makes sense when I'm doing it. I'm going to flat lay them first, dry lay them, sorry, from the patio door, coming up there and across here and up here, just so I know I'm happy with it, and then I'll get going with it. I don't have a tile cutter, I've just ordered one. And that should arrive in the next few days or so, which will be into the beginning of next week. So if I can get them dry laid down now, at least I know where I'm going with it, and then I can crack on. And it is a little bit weird doing it in this order, but the point is that I'm not going to be putting skirting boards around the house. I want to opt away from that on this house, something that I've seen in many others, and it looks really good. So I've got to make sure that any cuts that I have along the wall are going to be nice and neat. coming along nicely. I'm going to be going further up to here. Then I can work out how I'm going to go across. I opted for bricks rather than a framework with plasterboard because one, the bricks are cheaper, it's quicker, and it's not exactly difficult to do. And I'm pausing on that one just for a second because I want to do exactly the same on that side, and I don't want to disrupt that too much. Although every third course I have some rebar going through a brick and into that wall, and I'll fill that with mortar. That's going to add to the stability. And then in the middle there, I can make some slatted doors to go into that room. I'm liking the idea of that. And the reason I'm doing it is because you see there, the bricks are jutting out, but that is inside of this wall and I can't have a door at an angle. But if I do come across here, when I open the door, it's going to hit this wall, and I want to tuck it away nice and neat in there when it's open, and then it looks like it's actually meant to be. So now I can bring the door over this way more, and across, it'll be in the middle of the bricks there somewhere. Right, what do you down there? What? No battery. Good job I got two. Where are they? Where are the bricks? You see them anywhere? Outside. There we go. Right. This is where the van was really handy. Such a shame that that all kind of fell apart. But I'm really fortunate that I can borrow a van, and Detlev came to the rescue with this one. Oh, I like that. I don't want to miss out on these opportunities. Second hand, got a really good deal with that. And if I was to make it myself, probably would have cost me more just in wood. But seeing it out here, the colour that's coming off of it is beautiful. And as for the covers on the chairs, well, I think I've set myself a colour theme through the house, because it happened a week or so ago I ordered the tiles for the bathroom and they also are green. I don't want to get too carried away with that colour, but it's definitely something I lean towards probably throughout my life. And here, especially given where I am, surrounded by these lovely cork trees and all these different shades of green. And I think partly because my eyes are green, but hey, not everyone's cup of tea, but I really like it. Right, how did that work out? Interesting laying it down dry. Takes a little bit of time, but it's definitely worth doing. You're not second guessing anything. You can see exactly how it's going to be. It's also nice to see more than one tile laying on the floor. You can actually imagine how it's going to look, that colour tile, throughout the house. Shame I've got to take it all up. I want to be out there. What am I doing? Stuck in the house. Doing this. It's got to be done. So standing from the side door looking down here, that line, good-o. Yeah, I'm spending more time in the house than I will at any other point when it's finished. Down there, I'm going to have it squared off from the patio door. And I'm going to do that in the other patio door and the doors because there's a thick wall there, and I was originally going to have one row going all the way around all the walls, but hey, there's so many different ways I could do this. But I've opted for this one. First diagonal, centered with the patio door. Got to make sure, as this isn't where I'm going to be starting to stick them down, that I do end up there. I know it's not ideal, but I've already gone through that one. It's nice seeing them down though. This time next week, there'll be more down and stuck in that wall. Worth doing that, and I'll do across the top tomorrow, and then I can put a finish on there. That bit there I filled in on Monday and down that side, so that's all ready now for the tiles in there. And another good thing about laying them down dry is, unlike a room like that where there's only one way in and out, here there are two ways into this area down there and here. And I've got to be very careful because there's a wall between, and when I start laying the tiles down in this area, by the time I get up here, I've got to make sure that fits exactly. I have actually got another option to go straight across there and the other one and going into the bedroom, and then that will match it to what I'm doing on the patio door and so on. Right, mark it off, take them up, get outside. I said to myself, when I'm older, it's the sort of thing I want to do. Maybe when I'm retired. I played maybe a dozen times. I'm not very good at it. But now, as I guess, I'm getting older, 56, so there's no sign of me being able to retire, so I might as well get on with it now. That net, really cheap, set of golf clubs. I think I paid 15 euros for those second-hand, and a box load of golf balls, 2 euros. So it is pretty cheap at this point. I'm in the Algarve, and there are plenty of golf courses. It would be a shame living here to not take this up. Luckily, I know someone who's a member who can get me in off-season for slightly lower rates, so let's get good first before I challenge myself for the golf courses, because I've embarrassed myself 3 times already out here. Anyway, no pressure, camera on me. Oh, that was a good one. First one as well. I won't be able to duplicate that. And this definitely takes my mind off of all the work that I'm doing and all the editing that I do. And if you can't enjoy these moments, hey, come on, 2 in a row. Two in a row. Just do one more. Oh, they're straight. 3 in a row, that's incredible. Flooring's going down. Load more work, it's going to be a busy one. See you next week. Oh, another good one. This is so rare. What the? How did that end up over here? I think I hit the post. More practice and closer to the net.